they'll go about it in this heat. Thinking they see the opportunities and they've got the runners, they've got the vision. Someone like Arda Güler and Fede Valverde can do it himself as well. It's one-way traffic right now.
Good play by Pascal Gross there for Dortmund. Dienhausen across now to find Antonio Rudiger. He is Berlin-born, of course, a German international. Tchouameni for Federico Valverde. Breaks back now to Arda Güler. Wide to Fran Garcia. Vinicius Junior. Back to Arda Güler for Real Madrid. Bossing the ball so far. Fran Garcia. Away by Zabitzer, but not too far clear. Back again here with the lively Fran Garcia. Vinicius Junior. Arda Güler. Oh, he's there again! Gonzalo Garcia! From third tier to one of Xabi Alonso's main men in the blink of an eye. Gonzalo Garcia and his Club World Cup go hand in glove currently. 4 goals, 1 assist for the young man of 21. As I say, on the books with the club since he was 10, born in Madrid. He is Madrid through and through, and right now he is having the time of his life.
It sounds really obvious, Dan, but it is a striker's instinct, and it's almost uncoachable. But a brilliant ability to go and stand where no one is. And if you can do that and just wait for the ball, and that's what he does so well.
Guirassy, that's a good pass. Gross with the shot, and held by Courtois.
There's no real power in the strike, no real conviction in it. Feeling that Dortmund, after that little attack that they had down their own, of their own on the left-hand side, just could do with a little bit of time on the ball.
Oh, Bellingham's pass. It's Fran Garcia. Space to use here for Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham. Vinicius Junior again here against Reelson, who just stood firm there, the Norwegian, and held him off.
Just managed to regroup quick enough there. Saw the gaps for the goal. They managed to get into their back 5, get it, protecting the goal quick enough for all that attack, but real problems for Niko Kovac.
I was going to say, Rob, if you're Niko Kovac right now, those alarm bells are going off.
Yeah, well, we knew it before the game. This was the thing we highlighted. The guys highlighted the space in behind Reelson and Süle on that right-hand side, saying that's where the problems are. And it's Fran Garcia from deep that's the initial problems.
Zabitzer, now Guirassy. His first Dortmund season scored 37 goals so far, 3 in this competition. Just nudged there by Tchouameni. Zabitzer. Dortmund saved their season on the last match day in the Bundesliga with that, in the end, 4th place finish to make sure they did qualify for next season's Champions League. This is Pascal Gross. Those 7 years in Brighton colours in the Premier League in England. The Kaiser, he was in Brighton.
He'll dictate and he'll drop out onto that right-hand side, almost in a right-back role. And it gives them an outlet there, gives them that element of control. You see him driving in now, leaving Reelson high. But that also, in itself, leaves space in behind for Vinicius Junior to exploit.
Here's Reelson. Back to Anton. On now to Niklas Süle in that defensive 3 for Die Schwarz-Gelben. The sides met in October in the Champions League league phase at the Bernabeu. A game Dortmund led 2-0 at half-time, up until the hour mark, in fact, when they made defensive changes, and then shipped 5 goals in the last half hour to lose 5-2. Anton, the player who came on that night for Nuri Sahin, and just really saw the balance of the team fall apart that night in Madrid. Of course, who has played right back on occasions this season for Dortmund. Anton. It is a hot day in New Jersey. Guirassy. Head Svensson. Here is the Swedish fullback. Valdemar Anton on to Niklas Zule. Julian Rezon. Brandt. Wars. Brandt goes again. He's stopped there by the back tackling Tchouameni.
Really good read from Tchouameni. He's got that licence just to step out, as we said.
And Fran Garcia to block the cross from Pascal Gross. They've got 15 assists this season in all competitions, Gross. Zabitzer by Hausen, away by Valverde here for Vinicius Junior. Zabitzer, Adeyemi, Brandt. Good spell this there, best of the game so far for Dortmund. Adeyemi once more. Adeyemi menacing, but nowhere beyond Trent Alexander-Arnold. Well, if they were to lose, it would be for Luka Modric, his final game as a Real Madrid player. If they win this, though, what a way to sign off as a world champion after such a glorious career with Real Madrid.
One of the greats, the people that you actually enjoy playing against. There's not many, but he's one that you just admire as you stand on the pitch with him thinking, I wish I could do that.
There is talk he's off to Milan for next season in Serie A. We shall see, but letting know now Luka Modric, but can still do a job. This season has played 61 times. This is for Real Madrid, match number 67 of the season across all competitions. Proper long haul for Los Merengues. Now the chase on for Gonzalo Garcia, giving Bensebaini a problem here. That's going to go the way of Real Madrid.
That's the trouble here. Gonzalo Garcia just chasing the ball down and just got his leg or his ankle caught underneath. Bensebaini, see there. Willingness to run in behind down the right-hand side. He's not got the power and the pace of Vinicius Junior. Fran Garcia, he's a nuisance all the same.
Arda Güler on to Jude Bellingham. Fran Garcia, again Bellingham on the ball. Hausen's pass just beyond Bellingham's range and reach. It's well taken down by Valverde here. It's Federico Valverde for Real Madrid. Back to Aurelien Tchouameni, thinks about it. Arda Güler, Fran Garcia. Arda Güler again. They use Rudiger.
Just see Hausen just dropping out the screen now from the left-hand side. He's the furthest back for Real Madrid, and when they are in those attacking positions, that's a problem Dortmund have, is the player furthest up the pitch is about 25 yards away from their own goal. There's a huge gap behind Hausen. There is the element of risk, but wow, you are under pressure when you are in defence.
Arda Güler. Now Bellingham with Gross. Fran Garcia. Dean Hausen again. But Leverkusen, Alonso's team's always really fluid. He always said there he wasn't really a fan of positions and formations. Lets the players really interpret things themselves as games unfold. Gives players autonomy, Xabi Alonso, to do things as they see fit in the heat of battle.
I'll take that with a pinch of salt. Having watched him on the touchline here in the technical area, he's leaving every moment, barking out instructions a lot more than his predecessor was, that's for sure.
Bensebaini off to loose ball. It comes for Tchouameni here. Bellingham. Bellingham all dragged back and escaped from Julian Brandt. Gonzalo Garcia. Jude Bellingham. Here they come again. In by Trent Alexander-Arnold! And Fran Garcia to make it 2-0. Second goal for the club in now 85 matches. Doesn't score too often, but today has been, like his teammates, red hot so far. And they lead now by 2-0 after 20 minutes. And for Dortmund here, they are staring down the barrel. Bensebaini's mistake on his first today. Oh, and it was Vinicius Junior there who just saw Kobel was maybe a metre or two out of position.
It's a right smile from Vinny Junior. He knew that the opportunity was there.
Girassi. Zabitzer comes here to Tchouameni. Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois again face off in a major heavyweight rematch for the undisputed world heavyweight title. That's in London on July the 19th, live on the DAZN app, the global home of sports, championship boxing, football, golf, and so much more. There is Niklas Süle for Anton. So Trent Alexander-Arnold's second assist already for Real Madrid. There's Arda Güler for Dean Howson. There is a Mexican wave, but normally it's when the fans are not entertained. But right now, Rob, this Real Madrid team are in their groove.
They're absolutely flying. Everything that they're trying is coming off, and obviously Dortmund will be really concerned about the lack of jeopardy in the game already. Fans are sensing that this might already be done. They need to come up with an answer. They need to find a response right now, because other than that Julian Brandt chance early on, they've barely thrown a punch.
Süle for Rezon, pressured by Fran Garcia. Anton for Marcel Sabitzer. Next goal really has to be a goal for Dortmund to keep this a game again. Daniel Svensson. Pascal Gross. Gross, Adeyemi just beyond him. He's going to run on here now to Svensson again. But again, the giveaway, and then Valverde taken down by Daniel Svensson to give a free kick to Real Madrid.
Just looking at Gressing. He's coming out of the number 9 position, dropping in, wanting to get involved, and that's where this foul stems from, is that they're trying to find him and he's not occupying the back line. Tchouameni is doing a fantastic job on Brandt to track him, to stop those opportunities to play into him. As much as he wants to get involved with the team, I think he needs to do a job off the ball just by staying up and occupying that back line.
There's Rudiger. Thibaut Courtois. What a save to make so far, the Belgian goalkeeper. It's Gonzalo Garcia with Bensebaini, nothing given. Zabitzer for Dortmund, into Valdemar Anton. Valverde will come back on and rejoin shortly. No harm done. That's Anton now for Niklas Süle. Svensson quickly pressured by the hungry Federico Valverde.
And everything's in front of Real Madrid right now. Adeyemi on the left on the bottom side of the screen. Needs to make some runs in behind. Someone needs to make Real Madrid go backwards right now. Again, he's coming towards the ball. You see in and around the referee, there's 3-4 Dortmund shirts, and it's all proved predictable for Real Madrid.
Girassi between two players, given away though, and Howson towards Vinicius Junior. Pascal Gross for Marcel Sabitzer. Svensson. Away from Alexander-Arnold, back now to Julian Brandt. Little space found here by Rezon now. Rezon's cross. And there towards Svensson. He did score the goal which won the group. The winner against Ulsan in the final group match. Now Valverde. And they try to use Fran Garcia.
It was on, he was going, Ryerson was flagging again, and Garcia was flying, that space is there.
Alexander-Arnold. Moved on to possession again of Real Madrid. Arda Güler. Passing, moving the Alonso way. Housen. In here to Gonzalo Garcia. Every pass gets the Ole. Alexander-Arnold. Arda Güler. Tchouameni. And Vinicius Junior's dummy here for Jude Bellingham. Oh, he's put it wide. So, nearly bit the hand that once fed here, Jude Bellingham.
He has to score, even on his weaker foot. It's a brilliant opportunity for Jude Bellingham, and it's just a shank. It's just a miss hit. Had all the time to pick his spot. Wonderful movement again, attacking in numbers. He's free flowing from Real Madrid. Lacked the finish.
Bellingham before this competition, 15 goals and 15 assists for the club this season, all competitions. And he went to Real Madrid as so nearly world class. He's certainly got above that mark in his 2 years now at the Bernabeu. It was like Dortmund was his finishing school to finally become the player he promised to be. This is Daniel Svensson. Valdemar Anton. Zula. Dortmund chased the game desperately. Rezon, back out to Gross. Zula. Brandt has made the run, here he is. It's going to be a corner put away by Valverde for Dortmund's first corner of the game, 28 minutes in.
Well, he's looked the most likely for Dortmund, and it's just his willingness, his eagerness to run into space and just make a different movement. Only for Borussia Dortmund that you're looking to say, well, how are we going to get around? And you think, get around Arda Güler. He's in that defensive midfield role. He's not the strongest with the awareness of what's around him.
Is there a way back in for Die Schwarzgelben? On the corner here, Daniel Svensson. Svensson takes it, and Courtois claims it. And the quick release. Lost there by Alexander-Arnold initially. It's going to come here to Brandt again for Dortmund. Fran Garcia for Jude Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. On to Bellingham again. It's Jude Bellingham. It comes for Vinicius Junior. And held by Gregor Kobo.
It's brilliant. Brilliant from Jude Bellingham. One with a reaction to Trent Alexander-Arnold losing the ball, and then the willingness to run beyond. And when you see a player like that, the power that they've got in the running, when they're on it, so hard to live with someone like that, even with someone like Adeyemi's pace.
There's Pascal Gross. We had hoped, of course, for the Bellingham derby, or as one wag put it this week, Bell Classico, but that yellow card for Job in Atlanta on Tuesday means that they don't lock horns. Here's Guirassy for Adeyemi. Would have been the first Bellingham battle since the back garden back in Stourbridge. Now the players, I think, will get a well-earned cooling break half an hour in. Chance to refresh and replenish and get the fluids on board after half an hour where we've seen Real Madrid at their very best.
You look at patterns of play and how teams want to move and how they go about it.